The Texas Tribune is reporting that along the Texas-Mexico border, GOP enthusiasm mounts as Democrats defect over immigration concerns. So as much as Democrats have been trying to hide this story and the reality of what they've done to the border from Americans, they can't hide it in South Texas, that's for sure. Border towns, many of which have been reliably blue for as long as anybody can remember, devastated by Joe Biden's decision to destroy the sovereignty of the country that he was elected to lead. Congressman Troy Nehls knows the story better than anybody. He joins me now from Texas. Sir, good to have you on. 2014 in Terrell County, Texas, 12% of voters cast Republican ballots in the primary. This year, that number was 31%. It's amazing what has happened to this country and to that area because of what Joe Biden has done to this country.
Rob, thank you for having me.
Yeah.
And it's just not going to be Terrell County. If you live in Texas along one of those southern counties along the southern border, you can actually see the crisis. Even though the Biden administration, Mayorkas, Kamala, they're all in denial. They're saying the border is closed. You can't walk across. The people that live it and face it every day are starting to understand that if you want to have a secure state, you want to have a secure country, you have to get out there and support the Republicans. The Texas Tribune is right. I think they looked at it and said, well, maybe there are a few sensible Democrats out there that are realizing, hey, listen, the people in Texas across this entire country are done with this. They're sick and tired of it. We need to have a secure southern border. They're starting to pay closer attention to it. And I think the Democrats are going to pay for it. This poor southern border is causing Joe Biden all sorts of problems. And I think the Hispanics and those that live along the southern border are paying attention.
I think they are, too. Customs and Border Protection, I thought this was a pretty funny story, had to issue an apology after somebody in their West Texas Border Patrol had access to the account, and they retweeted two tweets from former Trump advisor Stephen Miller. One said, violent criminals lay waste to our communities undisturbed while the immense powers of the state is arrayed against those whose only crime is dissent. The law has been turned from a shield to protect the innocent into a sword to conquer them. And also, a tweet saying the media's greatest power is its ability to frame what is a dire national crisis and what is not. Biden's eradication of our border means we are no longer a republic. He's ended nearly 250 years of constitutional government, and the media is silent. CBP had to deactivate the account as referring the issue to the Office of Professional Responsibility. But it's basically just, it's almost like a whistleblower saying this is what's really going on, even though CBP's, under the control of Joe Biden.
Well, Stephen Miller, it's a great American, and he was absolutely right. But there's a double standard because Joe Biden can get out on his official White House, tweet and talk about Trump proposals and how they're a threat to the soul of America. So there's just a double standard. But when you control all the dishonest media, when you control big tech, you control it all. I guess you get to do what you want. You just can't let the opposing point of view be heard from. So that's what they're doing. Again, disinformation campaign, all of it.
All of it. Congressman Nehls, thank you so much for taking the time.
Thank you. God bless.